It was in 2017 when I took this picture. Look at her. Do you think she was happy? What if I told you it was her graduation day from the University of Oxford, and on the very same day she got into University of Iowa for her PhD in political science? Does it make a difference? Was she happy? I can answer this question. I wasn't. I wasn't happy at all. I couldn't pull my emotions up to celebrate my success. All my professors and my friends, they were thrilled to hear the results. They had me and were very happy for me. But I don't know why I couldn't cheer myself up. I was worried about my future performance at the Iowa. I was worried that what am I going to write for my PhD thesis, whether I can finish the PhD or not. So I was worried about the future self. I was worried for things that haven't happened yet. So worry stopped us from enjoying life. Worry stopped us from celebrating for our success. And it's very important to pinpoint our worries, our fears, what traps us inside, not to enjoy the present self. So I have a challenge for you all today. Think with me. Have you ever lost yourself? Have you ever questioned yourself about your self-identity? Who am I? What am I going to do here? What am I doing here? Why are people around me happy and I'm not? What are the reasons? These are the questions that spin in my head when I saw my friends and parents. They were happier than me in my results. It puzzled me deeply. I couldn't figure out the reasons why. But their actions and their kind attitudes encouraged me to reconsider myself and to reflect myself. Only until recently, I found the reasons why and how to deal with the causes. It's taken too long. But let me first share this personal journey of mine in exploring these causes with you so that it can be the starting point for you all to reflect yourself as well. We've lost at one point ourselves, one way or the other. We just don't realize it. Self-formation, it's actually a balance between the inner self and outer self. The inner self always, look, what do you need? What I need is this. What I want is that. These are the inner self. The outer selves always look for social expectation, social recognitions. So any imbalance between these two selves can make you chaotic. You lose yourself. Let me share you 3 C's, 3 roads that I attach myself to, making me lose myself, basically. Stopping me enjoying my very particular moment at Oxford. Very sad for me. Number 1, I compare excessively with others. It was a childhood trauma caused by my dad. I'm pretty sure he didn't do it intentionally. But whenever I got the prize as a kid, I ran towards him and say, "Daddy, I got a first prize at essay competition at school." And he will question me. "Why didn't you go to the national level competitions and win that one?" When I got the 3rd prize at the mathematics competition, he will question me why I couldn't get the 1st prize. As a kid, I don't know how to respond to those emotions. So gradually, I stopped talking and sharing my success with him because I'm afraid that he might question me about my capability. He's trying to make me competitive, I'm pretty sure. But still, I couldn't reveal those inner emotions that impact upon me. So I started having a habit to compare myself to someone above me at all times. He taught me. He nurtured me into this thinking process. Number 2 ropes that I attach to myself that contributes to my loss of self. It's I carry a lot of social expectations on my back. I like to seek social recognition, to prove my existence, to prove that I am useful, I'm capable. So what happened is like, the society has a lot of expectations and they impose upon me. Whenever I switch different communities, they will expose a lot of different expectations on me. And then I carry them as my own. I embrace them like it's what I truly wanted. And what happened is like I end up struggling with a lot of labels that I try to fit in. It stresses me out terribly. For example, in America, when I was studying, my friends approached me and studied with me, my American friends. They say, oh, Asians, they are smart. You know, study with them, you will get good tips about studying. There is an Asian stereotype in America. So what happened is like, when I overheard them, it's their social expectations upon the label Asians. And then I was like, again, embrace those. And then say that, oh yeah, I need to work harder. Because I was worried at that. I will fail the exam, or I will get lower scores than I wanted to live up to their social expectations. That put me under tremendous pressures. It's unnecessary worries. Final ropes that I want to mention is I care less about my inner self. So I used to have negative thoughts. To avoid them, I tend to make myself busy. I hang out with friends a lot. I talk to my friends a lot. I hit the gym excessively. I try every sport just to keep myself busy. What happened is like, I don't have time for myself. I want to stay away from myself. It's very dangerous. Eventually, what happened to me was once somebody asked me, Ning, what do you like? I don't know what I like anymore. What do you want? I don't know. I know what other people's like. I can sense what other people want, but I disconnect completely from my inner self. Not sure about what I do is what I want. So that's why it's very important to connect to your inner self, to have a balanced view between the inner self and the outer self. Everyone has a childhood, and we all pass through tremendous experiences. We have either small or big traumas. And we tend to take these things in and nurture it as our own. And our brain system basically, in our adulthood, respond as it is that we were in childhood. So it's very important to rewire your brain. How do I unleash my robes? It's a very important question. And luckily, I have a long time during COVID to join the meditation retreat for 10 days. So during meditation retreat, I need to look for myself, not for reassurance, but for revelations. I need to look into my traumas, look into the process of how brain works and how our personalities are formed. If you had ever meditated before, you're familiar with the process. Your guidance for the meditation retreat will say, don't think, don't go to your pain feeling, just focus your breathing in the beginning. But thoughts are uncontrollable. You cannot control your thoughts. It comes and goes on its own. I have a lot of failures in meditation. I try to focus on my breathing. I am wrong, because thoughts come and go, appear and disappears on its own. It's beyond my capability. I try to stop my negative thinking, but more negative thinkings emerge in my mind. I couldn't do anything. So what happened is I have to wait and research on my brains how it works. I just need to tolerate the pain and then see how they appear and disappear, how they are interconnected. So the learnings and experience I've got from meditation could be connected to one psychology theory called tabula rasa. In tabula rasa, we are born as blank slates. All of our human qualities, human personalities, behavior, attitudes, they are all learned through experience and social interaction. We can alter pretty much everything in tabula rasa. So that's what I've got from my spiritual practice. It's very important to balance out your inner and outer self. And meditating is like looking at the mirror. When you see the mirror, you look into yourself. Do you really think so? Is that really you? It's just a reflection. But we always tend to forget that. It's a reflection. It's not what other people see as. So I want to share my strategies, basically, to reconnect your inner self and outer self. Hopefully it will be useful. ABLE is the short form that you can take home and explore more about the strategies to connect your inner self and outer self. First one is accept everything about you. All the flaws, all the negative thoughts, you didn't make it happen. It happens because of your experience. It happens because that's how you've been nurtured. By your guardians, by your society, by your environment. It's none of your fault. But on the first stage, you need to accept its existence so that you can recognize the problems. If you don't accept them, you won't recognize the problems. Second thing, build a relationship with your inner self. Have you ever been in a relationship? What do you do in a relationship? Do you push yourself only? Do you push only of your desires and ignore your partners? In a good and healthy relationship, you actually compromise. Building a relationship with your inner self, it's like inner self and outer self. It's like you compromise both self. You give a little things to each self. You don't ignore them completely. So that when outer self shatters, there is your inner self who can back you up. When inner self shatters, then there is outer self that can keep you going. It's very important. If you don't keep that balance, you'll break up with yourself. Part of yourself. How dangerous it can be. Number 3, learn to let go of things that you cannot control. We are always worried about things that are beyond our capabilities most of the time. Let them go. Focus on the process. Results matter, but when you focus on the process about getting to your goals, then you can improve it if the results doesn't go in your way. You can improve it next time. So learn to let go of things that you cannot control. The last thing but not the least, exercise your thoughts. Have you ever exercised at the gym? Who have ever exercised at the gym for the first time? Do you remember the feelings? It's very painful, right? When you first go to the gym, it's very painful. And your gym trainer will say, come back, you'll feel better tomorrow. But when you go again, you feel more pains. But you need to keep going for a month or two. Then after that, you adapted to this thing. You don't feel pain anymore. You feel addicted to gym. When I say exercise your thoughts, when you have your negative emotions, consciously insert your positive vibes at every negative thoughts. Your brain will start picking up. You need to put more efforts in the beginning. It's harder. Of course, it will be painful to control. But once you're in the process, the brain will actually understand it and memorize it. And later, it will be easier for it to run on its autopilot without your much efforts. That's why I say exercise your thoughts. Later, you will be surrounded by positive vibes. Automatically, positive thoughts. We need to create it. It doesn't come empty. So that's it for my today's topic. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you can strategize and build a relationship forever. Thank you very much.